Was I a jerk for not sharing my location with my wife? Posted on r/bestofredditorupdates. Throwaway account. Typing fast from my phone. I'll answer any questions after my meeting. I, M, 41, have been with my wife, F, 37, for 6 years. We have a 3-year-old daughter. My wife decided to be a SOM after our baby was born and didn't go back to work after her maternity leave ended. We live in Canada. We divide the housework and childcare equally. I watch the baby 2 nights a week so she can go to the gym for a little mental health break. I asked her if I can have 1 night a week quiet time. She asked what is that? I said just pretend I'm not here. I'll be in our room reading or listening to music for 1 hour only. She agreed. Every single time she came to our room either to talk or tell me that she was bored. When I reminded her about our deal she got upset and said I was making excuses to avoid spending time with her. Another time, I told her then I would be going to the local coffee shop to read in just 1 hour of quiet time. My wife decided to do a surprise visit there. She said baby wanted to surprise her daddy. I smiled and said I just wanted a little quiet time. She sat down and talked so loud I had to say let's just go home. This time I decided to go to the public library. My wife asked where I was going. I told her I hadn't decided yet, but as per our deal it's my night. She got upset because I was refusing to share where I was going. That 1 hour quiet time was heavenly. No one called my name and I came back home so happy. When I came home my wife was furious. She said she wanted to check my phone, then asked if I was seeing or talking to anyone. I laughed. I said I was at the library. You can ask the librarians if they saw me. She has been really cold to me and says I should have shared my location since she does. Well, I know she goes to the gym. Was I a jerk for refusing to share where I was? I decided to stay longer at work in future and take advantage of quiet office since now my wife know about the library. Relevant comments. Commenter. NTJ. Yes, you should share your location with your wife for safety purposes, but obviously you can't if she abuses that information/access to interrupt your quiet time every time you get some. If you're keeping the baby regularly so your wife can have uninterrupted time to herself, you also deserve some uninterrupted time to yourself. She has no leg to stand on accusing you of cheating. You tried to take that time in your home, but she made it impossible, so you had to go elsewhere. She has no right to be furious. These are the consequences of her choices. OP in response. One time I was lying in bed watching the rerun of an old sitcom on our bedroom TV. Just to decompress. She opened the door asking what I was watching. I said Seinfeld. Then she sat down and kept saying how boring and overrated this show was. Then went on saying how Jerry Seinfeld is a gross man. Then she said this show is not even funny. Then on and on. I told her I wasn't watching for the show for educational purposes, laughing emoji. She said I could be watching a decent show together now, but you chose to watch this crap. I said we do that every night after we put the baby to bed. She said then why wasting your time watching this? I turned off TV. Commenter. Does she get quiet time to go sit in coffee shop? If no, you are a jerk. Who has excluded time or is so controlling or selfish to be oopsie you talked, redo. All of that sounds very strange, or ask someone who is a full-time caregiver mom to work more hours as a single parent because you're off the clock. As a mom who worked and also was stay-at-home mom, it is so much easier to work than saw. My quiet time was getting a part-time job as a hobby and running out the door to it when my husband got home at 6. Perhaps suggest that to your wife, that way you have your quiet time and she gets to spend time drinking coffee, being appreciated and talking to adults. Still in shock as to WTF is quiet time, you are perhaps missing that she needs adult human contact time, and you are going to create huge problems in your marriage if you don't show her some empathy, appreciation, respect, and connection. OP in response. I'm not sure. She never asked TBH. She asked for 2 nights a week gym night, which I agreed. Commenter. My question is, why doesn't your wife respect your quiet time, and why doesn't she trust you enough to not worry about your location? She doesn't sound like she trusts you. The surprise visits and popping up in the room you're trying to have some quiet time in. It's as if she's trying to catch you in the act. I'm a SOM and my hubs works from home. We definitely have our own time to kick our feet up, and we trust each other enough to not question why, when, and where. We're really transparent with each other and great at communicating. OP in response. I feel bad for her because she is alone with the baby, so she must miss adult conversations. She keeps saying, why do I even need quiet time? Makes no sense to her. I'm an introvert, so definition of heaven for me is a quiet place. Commenter. So you'll spend more time in the office so your wife will suspect you're having an affair even more. Either tell her you have nothing to hide and share where you are on some Life 360 app, or make your boundaries clearer. OP in response. I honestly don't know what to do. If I share my location she will invite herself like the time she did at the coffee shop. Commenter in response. Either she doesn't respect your me time or she has severe trust issues from a past relationship. If you can't confront this tactfully and openly, you'll have to suck it up short term until she realizes herself that there's nothing suspect going on. If it isn't resolved, your resentment will fester and it'll come to a head. Good luck. OP in response. I was honestly shocked when she asked to check my phone. I just handed her my phone, say all yours. I have nothing to hide. Commenter. Op, does she have people or friends she connects with? Or are you her only person? I ask this because maybe she has co/dependency issues. While she can't wait for you to get home and connect, she may be surprised that you find joy in that hour alone by yourself. Do you guys go on date nights or have 1:1 time? Maybe you both could try and carve time for just you two. So that she feels secure. OP in response. She has a few mom friends. They are all in the same mommy and me swim club. Her family live close by. I try to take her out as much as I can. We went for a dinner and Minecraft movie like 2 weeks ago, does that count? Commenter. Unless you have given her a reason in the past to not trust you, you are not being a jerk. She sounds incredibly insecure. I couldn't be in a relationship with someone that would be grilling me about my whereabouts. I think at-home parents can get this way if they don't zoom out and put life in perspective. She controls everything about her and the kids' day, she may have trouble adjusting to the part of life that she can't control. Clingy/anxious sort of behavior. Would she be willing to check in a therapist? Keep doing what you need to stay whole. Bending to be what keeps her comfortable isn't going to help either of you. OP in response. I only talk to people if I have to lol I'm an introvert so being by myself is my happiness lol no I have never ever given her not to trust me. Our daughter goes to daycare half day 3 days a week. Update, next day. I got so many DM asking if I talked to her. And why I needed alone time. Because it really makes a difference in my mental health status. I really don't know what to do. She is now fully convinced I'm having an affair. In her conspiracy plot I need alone time because I resent her and I was alone with some AP that night. She refuses to even have a calm conversation with me. I told her I can have my quiet time at home if it puts her mind at ease only if she promises not to interrupt me. She made a snarky comment that what would my AP thinks. I just stopped trying to convince her. Things have been rocky. I have no plan of taking my quiet time anymore, at least until things get better. Relevant comments. Commenter. She sounds exhausting to be honest. Was she like this before the kid was born? Sounds like she misses being free to choose her time and day plans and resents that 1 hour you have to yourself. OP in response. No, but she was working full-time back then. I used to go to my running club and she would go to the gym. I gave up on that since I'm trying to cut expenses, now we are one income family. In return I asked for quiet time. Commenter. By this, it sounds like she needs to get a part-time job so she can socialize a bit. She's probably going nuts from the isolation to the house and kid. It might help her. OP in response. Her old boss suggested that, but she said no. Commenter. You cut the running club due expenses. How expensive can that be? Certainly cheaper than the gym. OP in response. Yes, but she said she really needs the gym time because she hated her PP body and also being at home with the baby all day was mentally exhausting. She goes with her friend. I cancelled my membership instead. Update 3 days later. My life has been a living hell. I checked her phone. There was nothing suspicious. She had a long conversation with her best friend about how she knows I'm cheating and that's why I'm avoiding her and want alone time. She said she was frustrated because she couldn't prove it but she just knew. Her best friend told her to trust her heart. I tried multiple times to sit her down and talk to her but it ended up her yelling at me and she is being more upset. She is very cold to me and avoids any conversations with me. Mentally, I'm a mess. I wanted to go for a long walk yesterday. I told her where I was going. She rolled her eyes and said more alone times. Or mistress misses you. I decided not to go. I really don't know how to prove myself. I gave up on any alone time. She doesn't even talk to me so date nights are gone too. I ruined my marriage over one quiet alone reading time at the library. Added later, she doesn't go to the gym anymore. I asked her why. She said, why do you care? You were planning to bring your mistress home when I'm not home. Relevant comments. Commenter. I remember your previous post. All this alone time you want is a catalyst for her feelings. If you can't handle having someone in your life then leave so she can be with someone who values her presence. OP in response. I value her present, but I assumed I deserve 1 hour of quiet time. Commenter. Her friend is filling her up with stories. Has that friend hated you by any chance? OP in response. She doesn't hate me as far as I'm aware. She got a divorce a few years ago and kept mentioning all these signs sound familiar and my wife should trust her heart. Commenter. NTJ and dude, that's a holy lot of insecurity right there, wow. Won't go to the gym because you may have a woman over, JFC. There was a study done, you will have to look. That said, most people who cheat do it while their spouse thinks they are working. Should you quit your job too? Cheaters will cheat no matter what. Nothing will stop that. Honestly though, I think you should call this out and tell her she needs therapy for her insecurities or just move on. Someone this insecure and, let's face it, no alone time, controlling. This is basically your life now. You gave in. I have a feeling she's the kind of person that won't think she's wrong though. Good luck with all that. OP in response. It is insane. I was thinking so neither of us have mental health breaks anymore because she is convinced I'm cheating on her. Now we are both home. So much tension and she won't even talk to me. What's happening? Commenter. Is this new behavior from her? Does she react these ways when you go to hang out with your friends? OP in response. I haven't gone out with my friends in a long time. Before having kids. She had no problem at all if I had gone out with my friends to see a hockey game or just have dinner. Commenter. It feels by her behavior like she is very lonely, which is why she's constantly trying to start up conversations with you. That might be what's at the heart of this. OP in response. Her boss offered her old job many times, even gave her the option to work part-time. She said she doesn't want to work anymore. I can't force her either. I completely agree with you. She was much happier when she was working. Update, 3 days later. I tried to make Mother's Day special for her. I made a hand-print homemade card with our kid for her. Our kid and I, but technically from our kid, made special breakfast for her. She said thanks to our kid and hugged her, but things were the same between us. I was planning to barbecue for dinner. I realized I needed to replace the propane tank. I told her I was going to buy one. I was stupid enough to stop by at the local French bakery to buy special dessert for Mother's Day. There was a line-up, but I thought it worth it since they have her favorite dessert and it would be a nice surprise for her. When I came home, my wife lost it. She started screaming that I was out with my mistress, that's why it took so long. I showed her the dessert, she grabbed it from my hand and threw it in the trash, said it's a cover for my affair. I told her how on earth I could possibly had met my hypothetical mistress and bought this in less than an hour. She told me she was done. She grabbed our kid and left. She has been staying at her parents'. I tried contacting her but she doesn't reply. I guess the next step is talking to an attorney about shared custody. Relevant comments. Commenter. Lawyer up. Make sure you tell him about all the crazy crap she's doing. Commenter. So sorry it is ending this way, but sometimes you just can't fix crazy. Update, over 3 months later. I spoke with an attorney like I mentioned before. For now, things are moving towards setting up a custody arrangement, and I'll also have to pay alimony and child support since she has no source of income. She is staying at our place, but she does let me visit our kid, which I'm thankful for. She still says I broke the family by being selfish and not fighting for it. I feel guilty because I wish I could be with my kid all the time. Questioning myself that maybe I was selfish. It's heartbreaking, but it seems like my wife has made up her mind. I've also started individual therapy, because I realized I can't control her suspicions or rebuild trust by myself if she isn't willing. What I can control is how I show up for my kid and how I handle this whole situation. For the record, I never cheated on her, and no, I'm not seeing anyone now. I honestly have no idea what's going on with her at this point. I'm not sure if she is seeing anyone, but that's none of my business anyways. My focus is entirely on my kid and making sure she feels loved and supported. Relevant comments. Commenter. My husband, a divorce attorney, has a statement that I refer to often: it takes 2 people to get married, but only 1 to get a divorce. It applies here. Your wife decided to get divorced, and nothing you can do can change her mind. Moving forward, focusing on your child, and working on yourself in therapy is what you do now. And if you have a pastor, rabbi, etc., I recommend you visit with that person, too, to help your spirit find comfort as you rebuild your life, as well. I'm sorry your wife turned out to be this way, but you gained a beautiful child and some life experience. Go forward with that. Commenter. Get a better lawyer. She had a job before and decided to be a som, so she has earning capacity. She needs to get a new job and you need to fight for more time with your child. You also need to force a sale of the house, split between the 2 of you.
Wardabis here. Honestly sounds like his wife might be dealing with some postpartum issues. That, and sounds like she has a friend in her ear telling her that OP's cheating on her, which is unfortunate because it sounds like OP is being faithful, but there's not much he can do to convince her if she's not really listening to him. She seems fully convinced with zero evidence whatsoever. Hopefully she doesn't make the divorce painful because it's heading that way.